Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us is got Chris Ruffolo with us, Big Al McMordie. Mitch and Ron will be signing in momentarily Wednesdays with Mitch. Dana Lane a little later on the sign in as well. Wayne waiting for Matt. And Joey Tron with us again today. Here's how we'll run it for this evening. Ruffolo, Mitch, McMordie, Fargo, Scott, Tron, Lane, Zawacky, then I will close this one out. Full house on this show today. NBA final, Eastern Conference, Western Conference finals tonight. Eastern Conference finals from the NHL. We'll also have baseball, a game on WNBA as well. So let's get the show underway. Let's welcome in Chris Ruffolo. Catch him here at Pick Dog Stream. Catch him in the morning shows here, Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll also find out about this video series here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. So let's bring in Chris in right now, ready to roll. Chris, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. Just enjoying the afternoon baseball. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, yeah. I was happy to see the comeback here by the Guardians. I thought the price was a little low for them. But again, it's those folks that like to bet the anti-sweep.
100%. I was the Royals coming through as well. It was a solid afternoon, but hey, we got a whole primetime card of action to look at as well.
We do. All right, here's one tonight here. Mariners and Yankees head-to-head here. We see the Yankees is $1.50, the total 8.5.
Yeah, and I'm going to be on the Yankees here. You know, the price is dropped where it's reasonable. You could play the line in this one, but if you want to, I'm going for full value here. I'm going for the plus money with the minus 1.5. You know, Nestor Cortez, you know, he's had his road this year, ERA just over 1 at 1.27. The lone time we saw Bryce Miller against the Yankees, he struggled in May of last year. 8 runs allowed and 11 hits over 4 2/3 innings of work. Miller also on the road this season. He's allowed 4 runs in back-to-back road starts. I just don't think it's going to play well for him here at hitter-friendly Yankee Stadium, especially with that short porch in the outfield. Well, the Yankees have been one of the best teams in baseball in the month of May against right-handed pitching, absolutely demolishing righties. I just think Bryce Miller's going to struggle here. I think the Yankees still one of the better bullpens in baseball as well once Cortez leaves. So I'm going to go with the Yankees in this one and lay the 1.5 runs, get plus money out of this one.
All right, Chris on the plus side with the Yankees run line, laying the 1.5 here. Yeah, Cortez's numbers have been impressive at home this year. And, of course, the Mariners really having struggles here against left-handed starters.
Yeah, I mean, they still have a winning record in games where there's a lefty on the other side, 8-4, but the numbers, the percentages, you know, there's only so much that you can do. You can't rely on your pitching to score the runs for you as well. You can win low-scoring games, but at a certain point, you got to produce at the plate. And you said, Tony, with those numbers against lefties, hasn't necessarily been there for the Seattle Mariners. But Cortez, Jekyll and Hyde pitcher, pitches really well, you know, at Yankee Stadium, horribly on the road. So it's just a certain spot where you back him, and for me, this is one of those spots.
Little crafty there with some of his wind up there. I give the guy credit for thinking out of the box, though.
Yeah, you're starting to see more and more pitchers sort of have their own little take on their wind up, and you know, for me, it just like the newer generation started with Craig Kimbrell with that whole stare down at the plate, and then you know now you had guys kind of implement their own stuff, and Cortez is just another one down the list. But yeah, it's kind of like you try to figure out where to draw the line, I guess.
Yeah, one way where you can get away with. So, like I said, I respect him for trying to, think outside the box there. Just try to put the batters off balance. Try to be less predictable here. We got the Yankees run line later on half plus 128 tonight against the Yankees or against the Mariners. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for nice action. Of course. Baseball on the board tonight. I think we got 10 games on the board. We get them half an hour with our primetime starts. Also singles from the NBA, NHL, and WNBA. Chris having a great baseball year this year, as you can see here. 1,864 units of profit. What do you have going on over at the site?
Tonight I got my still my MLB pickoff play for $19. We're on a 6-1 run with that. I'm also going to put up another 3-pack here just before the primetime action kicks off. Still have a couple plays left to go tonight, so you can jump on that. But the best value, we always talk about jump on a long-term pass, access every play we make at a better price, and compare me up with any of the other great handicappers at Pick Dogs. But remember, use that promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off.
That's right, guys. Got on board with there with Chris over at Pick Dogs. Previously, the great results Chris has been putting up here this year in Major League Baseball. And of course, remember that promo code. As he mentioned, use that promo code Pick at checkout and save that 15% off. All right, Chris, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again here next week, but we can always catch your work here at Pick Dogs with your video picks and, of course, your video series as well going around the league.
Yeah, the wraparound is down to one game a day for the NHL, so it's a little bit tough, but it's it's fun to be back doing full cards in just a few months. But yeah, loving everything we're doing at Pick Dogs. The daily videos, we got new content coming out all the time. So like you saw at the bottom of the screen there, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so that you're in the know when the newest content drops and when we go live.
Hey guys, like, subscribe, set notifications. Some of these videos drop, you get them right away. All right, Chris, have a great week. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Sounds good, Tony. Take care.
Yeah, of course, Ruffolo here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Let's get to the chat pick of the day, one of our newest features here on the drive-thru. You guys have been on a tear here. Another winner yesterday on the chat pick of the day with the Royals. Tonight, it'll end at 6:40 Eastern time just because of the scheduling. Tonight, it's Rangers and Phillies. If you like the Rangers plus 104, letter A. The Phillies minus 114, letter B. Over 10C, under 10D. It is the chat pick of the day. Chat, another winner again yesterday. Boy, the chat has been on a tear here the last 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks here on the show. Keep those great picks coming in, and we'll track them. Remember, you got till 6:40 Eastern today. It's a 6:40 start with the schedule. Keep them coming in. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Up next, Mitch. Catch him over at Pick Dogs. Catch him in the mornings. Mitch, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. Just another busy day. Wednesdays are just a killer schedule for me, but putting it all together.
That's right. What do you think about this chat winning streak the last 4 weeks, man? They've been hitting big here.
Well, we'll take any kind of winning streak you can get. Nothing wrong with winning, whatever it takes to get people on winners. Just glad we could be part of it.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Game 1, Western Conference Final. We've seen a little bit of tick up on this game from 4 to 4.5. T was 4.5 here, total 207.
Yeah, it's been sitting at 4.5 for pretty much the whole time. So this morning it was 4.5. But I just think that what we've seen from the Mavericks this season is they're a great road team. I mean, this team is just straight money on the road. 29-18 straight up on the road this season. And when it's come to covering the spread on the road, they certainly have been right there as well. The thing is I don't know what it is. There are certain teams that are just better road teams than they are home teams, and the Mavericks were one of those teams this season. I think, they had 55 wins. 29 of those wins came at home. 29 came on the road, 58-36 and 55-39 against the number. I don't know. I think the Timberwolves, while they might win this game, I still like the Mavs in the points. It's just where they've been all season. They're a better cover team. And I think they also have the guys that have the experience, and in the playoffs, having that experience certainly helps. Not bricklaying experience like we saw Jason Tatum exhibit once again last night, but, like real experience, guys that have hit game-winning shots like Kyrie Irving, guys who have been in the Western Conference Finals like this team was 2 years ago. I know a lot of people think Jay is a homer with his Mavs and all that stuff, and he is, right? He is. But the thing is that, he's been saying all along, this team was in the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago, and here they are back at it again. I think what we see is that the deeper you get into the playoffs, there's no more easy games, there's no more stiffs, there's no more anything like that. And, now you're in the conference finals. This is going to be a hard-fought game, so 4.5 points is a lot of points in what figures to be a defensive game as well.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Mitch on the Mavs here, plus that 4.5. Matter of fact, if you look at the series price, the Mavs dogs here, T-Wolves minus 170 with the Mavericks plus 145.
A lot of value there as well.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Of course, the quicker turnaround here for the Timberwolves after eliminating here the Nuggets. How do you factor that into it?
Well, it didn't look to bother the Pacers all that much last night, and I think that these guys are professional basketball players. This is what they live for, and obviously you would rather have the rest if you can get it, but if you can't, you do what you got to do. This is the time to buckle up the chin straps, right? Lace them up and get out on the court. It's not the time for load management, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. All right, what'd you take from the early afternoon games in Major League Baseball today?
I thought it went pretty much right to the script. I thought it was pretty much exactly the way that it laid out. I just wish that I probably would have put in a couple other picks as premium picks. We gave them out on the morning show, so I felt good about that. Boy, the Orioles just so overblown. Just a team hitting 209 over the last 10 games against right-handed pitching, and people just jumping all over them at minus 143, 145. Just didn't even make any sense. The Cardinals are hitting 290 versus lefties coming into that game over the last 10 games. John Means not exactly the stopper of stoppers. And, I just thought that, that was the one that I missed. I didn't get the pick in. I didn't miss the pick. I just missed getting it in on as a premium pick. But, I had the Royals in that one. Cole Reagans just was outstanding. I mean, he was unhittable through 6. And, in the early game, the Mets did everything they could to lose that game, and they managed to really put themselves away with that 4-run 8th inning by the Guardians. So, it's the Mets just find a way to lose, and certain teams find ways to win, certain teams find ways to lose. And that's just how that whole series went with the Mets and the Guardians. The Guardians are a team that they kind of fly under the radar, they chip away at you, and they just find a way. The Mets just find a way to disappoint people, and I think that's exactly what happened once again. That game was a sharp chaser squash down as the line went all the way from like minus 125 down to even by the time the game went off. And, a lot of people jumping on the Mets, and boy, they really took it right in the teeth in that one, as like I said, the Guardians went in. It really was unusual line movement. Ron Romanelli on the morning show with us on Wednesdays, as always, he was a little bit, taken aback by the line movement on that game. And it's like, you can't worry about line movement.
Yeah.
You got to handicap the game and pick the game. And then if the game is bettable, you got to go from there. It's like, I mean, I don't really look at that stuff, especially with baseball, which it's not really a sharp sport.
Well,
it's only a square sport. If there's no sharp bets in baseball, there's only square bets,
I mean, I know for a fact that there are people out there if there's a team looking to avoid a sweep, they will play on them to avoid the sweep. I know that. I've seen it so many times, and you can't fall. I mean, like I said, we see teams get swept all the time. So usually when these line moves happen, it's a team that's trying to avoid the sweep.
So I said this to Dave Miller. We were having a conversation. I told him, how square I am. Compared to him, who's just straight numbers guy. You can't even get an example out of him unless, you use the right numbers, to even say it. It's like you say, well, 5.5. He's just like, well, 5.5 really doesn't matter. I'm just using it as an example, It's like, no, but it does matter, So it's like, and then you're going all the way down a rabbit hole, talking about how 5.5s work with the juice and no juice. But the thing is that, baseball is just, it's one of these sports where it's like it's only value, right? All you can do is get value games. If you're laying minus 200 or more on a favorite, or even more than 150, you're a sucker. If you're laying runs and odds, you're betting against yourself. Why would you lay runs and odds? Where's the payoff? Oh, I'm going to lose less if I lose? Well, then why am I making the bet if I'm planning on losing? It just doesn't make any sense at all. You got to straight be aggressive, man. You got to be aggressive. I know that my strategy in baseball, if I can go 50%, I turn a nice profit every year. If I can go 51%, well, then I'm really going. I get to 52, 53%, I'm off to the races. And it's just, to me, that's what baseball is all about, is finding the value. And it's, I just think it's one of those sports where it's not, you hear people talking about, the sharps, the money movement, all this other stuff. In baseball, it really doesn't matter as much.
Let's get back to the Cardinals. We've seen a bit of uptick, but how far can this team go behind Sonny Gray? You got Michaelis, Lynn, Gibson, and Matz.
Yeah, absolutely hideous pitching staff there. But the Cardinals are a team that's never been afraid to make a move, and I think they have some great places to make some moves. And I think one of those is Paul Goldschmidt, who could really use a change of scenery. And he's the type of guy that you could really fleece somebody for. And the Cardinals are known for fleecing people on a trade. Maybe they still got the Rockies number over there. Maybe they can get Austin Gomber back, who's been pitching pretty well.
Yeah, that's a possibility. All right, Mitch here on the Mavs, plus the 4.5 tonight against the Timberwolves on TNT. Mitch, let everybody know what's going on over at Pick Dog Sports Chat.
Well, we have a lot going on at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat. Of course, we have the best handicappers in the world and the most watched YouTube sports betting channel on the planet. We get more views than all of our other competing sports betting YouTube channels combined. Sometimes, usually on most months, 3 to 5 times as many views as all of them combined. But that's besides the point. We know you're already here, so no reason to pitch you on that. But we also have some cool things going on, like we now have Pick Dogs merch for sale on the website. The same stuff that we wear on the shows, the same stuff that I wear when I wear. You know, it's like this jacket right here, these nice Nike, I don't know what you call it, dry fit or something. We sell these on the website. They're hoodies. They come in 3 different colors that we have available on the website. We also have Nike golf shirts. All the stuff is stuff I would wear myself. And I do wear myself. These exact trucker hats, Richardson trucker hats that I wear. All that stuff will be available on the website. And around the All-Star break, we'll be releasing our Pick Dogs bobblehead, which if you watch the morning show, you've seen the prototype of already out there. So we have a lot of stuff like that going on. We've got a new website coming out in a month or so. You'll see a real dramatic change in Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Something that, a lot of people say they're just doing a website and it's a redesign, but these are like really hard changes that are going to happen on these websites. And I think that you guys are really going to like it. Like on my videos, I always say at the end, use our betting tools or whatever, but you got to go to Sports Chat Place. Well, all of the sports betting tools are going to all be on Pick Dogs after July. Plus much, much more than you guys have ever seen. All the data, all the stats, all the things that you go to other sites or use pay services for to get stats, data, trends, streaks, anything like that, matchup information, all the matchup information that you see on other sites or on pay apps or things like that. All that information is going to be 100% free on our website. In fact, I even paid a couple memberships at some other sites just to see what they were giving away paid to make sure that we'd be giving it away for free on our websites, including all the fantasy sites where Sports Chat Place will become an all fantasy site. It will have a betting section, so it won't be all fantasy. It'll be a fantasy site with a betting section. But we're going to have the best fantasy tools, better than the ones and more robust, and including a lot of the ones that other people have behind their paywall. So, yeah. All right, and anything that you don't see there that you're paying for somewhere else, just shoot us an email. We'll gladly provide it for you.
We got the big and tall guys that shop, the guys that go to those big and talls over the Sears and JCPenney section. They want to know if there's 3XLs, the 4XLs, and 5XL guys out there. Chime it in.
Absolutely. Go to pickdogs.com, click on the merch tab. The bigger sizes are a little bit more expensive, and that's because we don't have like a profit margin built into these things. They're basically at cost. There's maybe like a couple bucks there to pay, people who mail the things and do that sort of stuff. But really, that's about it. I'm talking about like, less than $5 built in, to anything that we're selling. Things like the hat, there's even less, So it is what it is. I think we have to charge sales tax, and we have to charge, we charge for shipping, but it's nothing more than anybody else would charge you for the same exact thing. And of course, there's nothing in there that's like, oh, this is this crap stuff or whatever. It's all Nike or Under Armour stuff, and except for these hats are Richardson, which is the same ones we've always had here, which are great. I've been wearing this one for years. Excellent. All right, Mitch, thanks for that. Have a great week, and we'll catch up with you again next week. Thanks, everybody. Make it a winning day. Let's cash some big payers today. Absolutely. Mitch here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on, guys. We're going to get to the chat pick of the day, guys. You got till 6:40 to get the picks in. The Rangers and Phillies. You like the Rangers plus 104A. Phillies minus 114B. Over 10C. Under 10D. Chat pick of the day right now. Early going here. Looks like it's the Rangers here with 3-2 on the Phillies side. Keep these picks coming in.
You guys have been on a tear here with a chat pick today. Another winner yesterday here with the Royals. Let's continue here on the drive-through. Big Al McMordie up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll find out what's Big Al's on today. Big Al, what's going on?
Hey, Tony. How are you today?
Doing great. All right, here we go out west tonight. Rockies and Athletics head-to-head. We see the Athletics $1.44, total of 8.
Yeah, I mean, Oakland snapped an 8-game losing streak last night. They won 5-4 against Colorado, and that was Colorado's 4th straight loss, which, of course, followed they had a 7-game win streak going into this 4-game losing streak. I actually like Oakland to hand Colorado its 5th straight defeat tonight. The Oakland A's are now 6-1 this season when installed as a favorite. They're 9-4 in interleague games. And meanwhile, the Rockies continue to just be horrible on the road, and especially versus righties. They're 16-55 on the road versus righties, minus 25.6 net games. They're also 10-41 on the road off back-to-back losses. And then long-term in interleague contests, Colorado 222 and 281, minus 39.5 net games versus the American League. So I like Oakland tonight. I know that Austin Gomber's been pitching really well. He's given up 1 earned run or less in 4 of his last 5 starts, but Colorado generally doesn't score any runs for Gomber. They've dropped 5 of his last 7 starts, even though he has pitched well, so I'm going to take Oakland.
Yeah, Big Al here on Oakland here, laying the $1.40. Do your line shopping, get the best number. Can you think back when Colorado was decent on the road?
It's been a while.
It's just like year after year after year, bad on the road. All these bad numbers on the road. It just never seems to stop for this team.
Yeah, all we can do is handicap the games, right?
Absolutely. Handicap it and take it.
As long as they continue to be bad on the road, we'll go against them on the road.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I can't remember when. All right, Big Al here, Athletics, lay the $1.40. Tonight, 9:40 Eastern Time. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Big Al, baseball still on the board. I think we've got about 10 games still on the board. NBA, NHL as well. Big Al doing great work in NBA, NHL combined this year. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, the big play, it actually goes tomorrow. It's my NHL game of the year. I hit my number 1 NHL play in the first round with the Bruins against the Maple Leafs, and then in the second round I hit my top play with the Stars against the Avalanche. Now, this is my best play of the entire hockey season, Tony, and it's up at Pick Dogs right now, and it goes in Game 1 tomorrow night in the matchup between the Oilers and the Stars.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs. Previously, great results in NBA and NHL combined for this year. It's got the big play up for you right now with that long-term pass. Remember that 1-month pass will get you the remainder of the NBA and NHL playoffs, as well as all the baseball, spring football in there. If there's action on the Belmont, that'll be as well, too, from Big Al McMordie. And use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. All right, Big Al. Also, you have an all access for those big bettors out there.
Yeah, I do. If folks are interested, just text the words Big Al to 775-636-7676. One of the benefits of the All Access Club is that you do get all of our plays, and you get them rated from 10 stars down through 1 star, so you know which ones are the strongest. And you also get additional plays that don't go to the premium side. But you must be a high roller. You have to be able to bet $1,000 to $10,000 a game to qualify. But if that's you, then just text Big Al to 775-636-7676.
Guys, get on board with Big Al if that's within your price range, and get signed up. Big Al, have a great week and night, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Thanks, Tony. Talk to you later.
You got a Big Al McMordie here on the drive through. We'll continue here on the show. Let's keep an eye on this chat pick of the day. Rangers, Phillies. It starts at 6:40, so we're going to cut this off in 15 minutes. If you like the Rangers, it's A, B for the Phillies, C for the over, D for the under. Right now, it is back and forth, but we got the Phillies up by 1, 6 on the Phillies, 5 on the Rangers, 1 to the over. Keep these picks coming in. Chat pick of the day cuts it off at 6:40 Eastern, because that's the time the game starts. The game shaded in green is always going to be my selection in that game. All right, let's continue on here. Time for Matt Fargo. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Spring. We'll bring Matt in right now. More coverage here from Major League Baseball on this 10-game card in prime time. We'll get him up here in just a second. Be looking at that Padre game tonight. We'll get Matt ready to roll here in just a second. Here he is. Matt, what's happening? Matt, you're on mute there. Get your microphone on mute, or maybe sign out, sign back in if it's that sometimes will correct the issue. Yeah, he'll sign out. He'll sign out and sound back in as we'll get Matt back here in just a second here as he's going through the his connection. We'll have Wayne up next after before Matt. Let's see if we can get Matt to sign in. Maybe we can get that sound going again here. Just to keep an eye hipper on this chat pick of the day. Right now it's still 6-5 here on the side of the Phillies. So keep them coming. We got another one in here on the Rangers, so it's even 6-6 right now with our chat pick of the day. All right, let's see what we can get. Matt, we got Matt back. Let's bring him in. Matt, what's happening?
Hey, is this better?
That's better. Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right.
It's coming in
All
good.
right. Sorry about that.
No worries.
My apologies for the video. We're getting a very rare stretch of sunshine here in Western New York. So I'll get this fixed by next week. I feel like Scotty Scheffler right now, dude.
Oh, that's right. Actually, in jail, yeah, we got the
That's what
bars
I look
there.
like.
You ought to get a T-shirt. I heard T-shirts sell pretty well.
It's sort of right. They were on the course that same morning. It's unbelievable. They had them printed out somewhere in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Just to make a quick buck, right?
Yep.
Gotta
Hey,
do what
listen,
you gotta do, I guess.
gotta respect those guys. They know they're smart.
Right.
They took advantage of the situation. You know that'll
Good
work.
marketing, smart marketing. Yep.
So we go here with this Padres Reds team here tonight. Padres $1.20 here, total 9.5.
Yeah, I like the Padres tonight. They've lost two straight, two shutouts actually, and I love going with teams coming off back-to-back shutouts. We had a similar spot last Wednesday with the Cubs, coming off two straight shutouts against the Braves, and they went on to win 7-1 on Wednesday. So I think they're in a good spot here. Cincinnati's come off a 2-0 win last night. They've been struggling though. You know, after a 14-10 start, they've only won 6 of the last 24 games, and they haven't won back-to-back since then. So I think Stadium's in a good spot. They're going up against Nick Martinez, who this is his second start against his former team, which is bookended around five or six relief appearances. And his starts haven't been very good. He's been solid into the bullpen with a 1.10 ERA, but starting 6.86 in his 4 starts. And I don't know. I don't think he has it. And the Padres' offense has obviously been shut out, and I think they're due for a big night tonight. As for the Padres, they're going with Michael King on the hill, who's been pretty inconsistent this year. But it's weird. He has a reverse split, which is rare from a Padres pitcher. He has a 5.82 ERA at Petco, but on the road he has a 3.31 ERA in 5 starts and 1 relief appearance. So going against the Reds offense that I think, let me look real quick. Last in hitting, second to last in batting average at home. So they haven't been hitting the ball. They won last night by scoring 2 runs. They got a great start from Abbott, and other than that, this offense is sputtering. So I think King gets it done on the road again tonight.
Yeah, Padres have been a pretty good road team this year. Had their troubles with some of the low-level teams. We saw that series against the Rockies, but I thought it happens every time they play the Dodgers. There's always some sort of letdown, especially if they win that series. And I saw that against the Rockies, but here against the Reds, another team that's struggling. With the Reds have just lost 14 of 18 this month and hitting just 215 at home.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. They're obviously a young team. They'll come around eventually, I think, but man, they just can't hit the ball right now. It's unbelievable. Like, they're scoring hardly anything. They're not hitting the ball at all. And like, the thing about Kings, like, he was brought over in the Soto trade, and when he pitched for the Yankees last year, he had 9 starts. 8 of those he allowed 2 runs or less. So he's not really a prospect. He's 28, but he's in the prime. He's a prime time age right now. So I think eventually he's going to do this really good for this team going forward. And I think he's in a great spot tonight for sure.
All right, Matt here on the Padres, laying the $1.20, $1.26. Do your line shopping, get the best numbers tonight, 6:40 Eastern time. All right, Matt, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, we got action on the board tonight here for Major League Baseball, 10 in prime time. NBA, NHL as well on the board. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Tonight I have an NBA game. Looking to back up my 58-41 NBA run. Top play there. Baseball, I have a 3-pack going, $49.99, coming off the 3-0 streak last night. First pitch goes off in about 10 minutes, actually. So head on over to the Pick Dogs Premium page and grab it now. Let's get another sweep.
Let's get on board with Matt Fargo over at Pick Dogs Premium. Long-term passes will serve you well. Remember that 7-day pass. Get the Rainbow weekend into next week and weekend with Matt. Promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. Multi-capper promotion also available. All right, Matt, as always, great having your show. Keep up your work, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Awesome. Thanks, Tony. Have a great night. Good luck.
You as well. Matt Fargo here on the drive. We'll continue on, guys. If you ever miss a pick, we always recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's keep an eye on that chat pick today. You got 10 minutes to go here because it starts at 6:40. If you like the Rangers, letter A. Phillies, B. Over, C. Under, D. It's our chat pick of the day. And right now it is the Rangers 5-6 right now over the Phillies. 1 to the over. So keep these picks coming in. Our chat pick of the day. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Wayne Scott up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Stream. We'll bring Wayne in right now. More baseball coverage. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family? Hope y'all doing good out there today.
It's going great tonight. We got the Rays and Red Sox head-to-head. The Rays $1.42 with a total of 7.5.
Yeah, we got this Rays team at home trying to avoid a sweep. While they're only 14-14 at home, they have demolished the Red Sox over the last 10. Outside of these two, I know a lot of people will look at this Boston team and see the plus money, see Bayo on the mound, see the way the bats have been hitting a little bit better and think that that's a side to be on. But I like the Rays at home to avoid this sweep. I like this number when it was closer to the 120-ish, but all the way up to 140 I would lay here because I do feel like they get this win comfortably. The Rays as a home favorite, 12-10, winning 54% of the time. The Rays after a loss, 14-10, winning 58% of the time. Bullpen game, but Pepiot, my bad, I just want to make sure I got that out right. Pepiot, actually not bad, and he's had some good outings as of recently, and the Rays back him. He's won his last two. He's looked strong in that one. Outside of the last one, with 0 runs in the game before that, and I don't trust this Boston bats. I know they've been playing a little bit better as of recently, but on the season against right-handed pitching, they're only batting 230, 239, and on the other side of that, the Rays 232. I think the Rays can get to Bayo here, who's played a little worse in his night road split. So that's where he's been more vulnerable to have bad games. And I like the Rays here to just avoid the sweep. I do think they are the better team. While both of these teams sit about right at 500, I do think the Rays have the better roster, better bullpen, better pitching staff to pull away from Boston on the season, but definitely get this win tonight.
Yeah, we've seen the light movement here on the Rays in this spot, and of course we got Wayne here. Rays minus 130. It's going to be in the 40s now. This line has significantly moved here the last 30 minutes or so since this line was immediately entered into the in the pick box there. Let's see here. Yeah, it's going to be in the 40s here. One thing with the Red Sox, they've had struggles the last 3 seasons against the division. It's been pretty ugly with the Red Sox facing the AL East.
Yeah, this is a very tough division with Rays, O's, Yankees. These just tough to for any of these Blue Jays. Tough for any of them be tough out for Boston. And Rays have just had their number. Rays have been playing better. This is a team. They met 6 times already. They're 3-3. I just feel like the Rays get the win here tonight to push them over for the 2 series combined.
All right, Wayne on the Rays here, laying the $1.40 plus tonight, 6:50 Eastern time. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. NBA and NHL on the board with a single game. Also WNBA. We still got 10 games on the board for Major League Baseball. Wayne enjoying a great baseball this year. 2,570 units of profit. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, I have 3 more plays out there for sale in a 3-pack. I had a 3-pack earlier with my best bet. We cashed my best bet with the Nats Twins under 9 and went 2-1 in that 3-pack. Looking to go 3-0 in this last 3-pack for the night and finish out strong. As Tony said, having a magnificent baseball. Just looking to stay high, looking to keep putting money in my pockets and you guys as well. Long term tonight, we'll get you an extra play. Long term is always something that you can look at. So you get the plays early as soon as I release them, or you can pair me on one of these top handicaps that you see on the show. Lots of handicappers capping different sports, lots of handicappers that are hot. And just take advantage of that by pairing me up with one of these guys. Let's get it.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results in Major League Baseball. Nearly 2,600 units of profit in baseball this year. Get on board with the long-term pass. You guys, you can see that 1 month pass all of Wayne's baseball for 30 days. Remainder of the NHL and NBA playoffs with that 1 month all sports pass. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. Keep up there with great work. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. But what's going on with boxing?
There's a good overseas fight with Jack Catterall and Josh Taylor. This will actually be a rematch from a controversial win from Josh Taylor. But these are two contenders in the 140 division. There's a lot going on in the 140. So hopefully, if the line's are permittable, I can get you guys a bet out there for this fight this weekend. Huge win on this past weekend with Usyk. Appreciate the people who did hop on with me and get on the right side of history with me. Usyk, undisputed, unified 4-belt heavyweight champ. First time in the 4-belt era. So I'm just glad to get that right and cash for you guys on that one.
There we go, guys. Get on board there with Wayne. We'll check those video series. When he releases those videos, get them in real time. All right, Wayne, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
I appreciate you for having me, Tony T, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good luck with all your bets, Pick Dog fam.
All right, Wayne Scott here on the drive. Let's continue on here, guys. Let's take a look at the chat pick of the day, guys. We're about to close it out because this is a 6:40 start, and this one starts in 2 minutes. So we're going to close out. This is your last call in the chat pick of the day. Rangers and Phillies. If you like the Rangers plus 104, it's A. Phillies minus 114. B. Over 10. C. Under 10 is D. It's the chat pick of the day. I know some of the weather is getting warm over in the Midwest, East Coast, so we're starting to see some of these totals. One of the, I think John mentioned in the chat about these high totals, and I've just noticed there are some higher temperatures now. The Yankee game looking at 77 degrees. We're looking here at, let's see, there's our dome stadiums, obviously, but the games that are being played outdoor, let's see here, Chicago, it's 70 degrees. That's fairly warm for May there. Let's see what else. We have 83 there in Cincinnati tonight, 84 tonight in Philadelphia, 81 tonight in Pittsburgh. A lot of warm temperatures across the eastern time zone. St. Louis, 77 degrees here earlier today. So some warm temperatures there. And we're going to go ahead and close the chat pick of the day right now. We got another one here on the Phillies, but it just looks to me that the Rangers are going to edge it out. So today's chat pick of the day will be the Rangers. Rangers had 9-7 here on the Phils. 2 to the over, 1 to the under. Chat pick of the day. All right, we're going to close out the chat. So if we've already got our chat in there, so your chat pick, go ahead and put in your show pick, and we'll recap at the end of the show. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Joey Tron is up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now. Coverage tonight on the ice as we start the Eastern Conference Finals tonight. We'll bring him in here in just a second. Joey, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. How you doing today?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Hockey's back tonight to 8 Eastern time. Panthers, Rangers. Panthers $1.13 on the road. Total 5.5.
Yeah, so I like this one to go over 5.5 goals tonight. These are two very fast, high-paced, high-powered offenses, and I really think the defense will be on the back burner tonight. Rangers strive on the power play. They rank top 6 in the NHL, and the Panthers have one of the most elite offenses in the NHL, shooting around 33 shots on goal per game. Both Igor Shesterkin and Bobrovsky have been playing lights out. However, honestly, Bruins look deflated in that series against Florida, and Shesterkin can only have so many 35-plus saves a night. So with that said, I think there's going to be goals tonight. You got Verhaeghe and Reinhart over with Florida. You got Zibanejad and Panarin with the Rangers. High pass offenses. I think there's going to be goals. The Rangers have scored 3+ in 4 of their last 5, and the Panthers have scored 3+ in 3 of their last 5. Give me the over tonight.
All right, Joey, he says take the over 5.5 tonight between the Panthers and Rangers. That's right. Ranger game's going over, right? This is where you see this East Coast hockey being really tight, checking, low scoring.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm used to West Coast games being high scoring, but like you said, Rangers are scoring a lot. Florida was scoring a lot before their last 2 games against the Bruins. I think we're going to see a lot tonight.
Any thoughts here? Series price in this one? The Panthers $1.50, Rangers take back plus 130 despite having home ice, the underdog.
I think the Rangers have been undervalued this entire playoffs. And me personally, I'm a huge Devils fan, but it pains me to say I think the Rangers are going to the Cup.
There you go. There from Joey Tron. All right, Joey here, Rangers Panthers over 5.5 in game 1 tonight, 8 Eastern time. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for nice action. Action on the ice, action on the NBA, WNBA as well with a single. Still 10 games on the board for Major League Baseball in the prime time. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, so I have one play up left for now. One of my MLB games just started, so unfortunately that's off the board. But I have an NHL play up. It's my Tron's Titan. Check it out. 3-1 to start off the week. I'm ready to keep this momentum going.
Get the one going. Joey Tron over at Pick Dodge. Been great results here in baseball for the year. Still get on board. Long-term pass are your best value. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you 15% off all premium pick packages. All right, Joey, as always, great having your show. Keep up that great work, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Sounds good, Tony. You have a great night.
You as well. Joey Tron here on the drive through. Let's continue. And guys, we've completed our chat pick. It was a 6:40 start. The chat pick of the day is on the Texas Rangers. All right, let's continue here on the drive through. Up next, Dana Lane, baseball coverage from Dana. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll bring Dana in right now. Dana, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Braves and Cubs head-to-head tonight with the Braves $1.28, the total 8.5.
Yeah, timely hitting, but when that's a story for both of these teams. And yesterday, the Atlanta Braves certainly didn't have timely hitting, 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They checked that 0 for 14 with runners in scoring position, left 10 men on. The Braves are missing something to me. And I think if you look at the progression of the lineups, Tony, early in the season, it was the bottom of the lineup that really wasn't supporting the top. And now we're seeing the complete opposite. Last night, Acuna and Matt Olson and Ozzie Albies were 0 for 13 combined, and you're just not going to win a lot of games when your top hitters are not getting on base. But I still have a lot of faith in the Atlanta Braves. There's too much culture there to say, they're going, they're not going to be a contender, and we know that they will be a contender. But I believe in Max Fried. I think Fried's a lot better than what he's shown so far this season. Really bad outing against San Diego in his last time out, 9 hits and 4 in the third inning, 3 earned runs in that game. He's lucky really to only give up 3 earned. But I think Fried bounces back tonight. The price is decent. In some spots it's going on our way, so make sure that you shop for those numbers. But Atlanta's 6-3 this year when Fried's on the mound. I think Atlanta bounces back in this one against the Cubs.
All right, we got Dana here on the Braves, $1.28. Do your line shopping, get the best number in this one. Yeah, the Cubs bat have been a little cold of late here, although they did get the win yesterday off in walk-up fashion. But, yeah, we're still expecting to see that Braves really taking that next level. And they don't mess around with the pitching staff. Elder again sent back down to the minors.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to find a combination, as is Chicago, but kind of the complete opposite. They're trying to find the right combination in the bullpen. Although over the last week or so, they've been absolutely lights out. But both of these teams really have the same problem as timely hitting. Chicago didn't have it in the Pittsburgh series, and Atlanta hasn't had it for a couple series now. So it's one of those things, Tony, where you feel like we're on the precipice of Atlanta having a massive offensive showing. And I think it's going to be in this one. I mean, especially – if Justin Steele can't get past the 5th inning or at least gives them 5 innings, we're going to get into that Chicago bullpen that has an ERA of almost 4.75, 4.73, I think it is officially. But despite the bad effort yesterday, Al Leiter looked pretty good, so that's kind of a plus for Chicago. But I think once they get in the bullpen, I'll take my chances with Atlanta's bullpen, although Chicago's pen, I know Cubs fans are probably screaming, hey, we've been great over the last week, and now they're going to put Kyle Hendricks into the bullpen as well as kind of maybe a last-ditch effort to see what they can get out of them. But I like Atlanta in this game tonight. I think the price is right, and Atlanta's had Chicago's number over the years and has not lost a series to the Cubs since 2017.
What do you make as we're starting to see this heat tonight in the Midwest and the East Coast? We're seeing temperatures around 80 degrees here around start time.
That's about right, Tony?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really about the humidity, isn't it? It's once that humidity starts climbing up and in St. Louis, the balls are going to start jumping out. And Good news for St. Louis; they're starting to actually hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's about that time, and we're only a week away from June, and certainly I know here in Vegas we've had our first 100-degree days. So, welcome to summer baseball. You adjust though. Adjust for sure if you're a totals better when the humidity starts going up on the East Coast games.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. Of course, Danny, you covered the NHL. Any thoughts here on these series coming up?
Well, I mean, Tony, it's a broken record for me. I mean, this is the time of year where your handicapping starts with depth and what team has the most depth. And to me, it's been the Dallas Stars. It was the Dallas Stars in the Colorado series. It was the Stars in the series against Vegas, and I think it is against Edmonton as well. Although the top six for Edmonton, they certainly are being leaned on a lot more now that the postseason has started. But God, when you have a guy like Tyler Seguin on that third line, centering that third line for Dallas, I mean, there's a lot of firepower there. And really, the difference between having success and or not, there were some spots in the regular season, but they're certainly not at the point that they are now. And the reason is because Jake Ottinger has really upped his game over the last month or so. And man, when you got that kind of offensive depth with a goaltender that you can trust, and you can bring those defensemen up into the offensive zone without worried about getting caught the other way, that's pretty powerful. And they shut down a really good Colorado team. Again, though, between Vegas and Colorado, really good top line, really good top six, if you want to go that far, certainly in Colorado's case. But they, at this time of year, you need to have a good top nine and really be able to roll four lines out there. And certainly Dallas can do that. So I like Dallas in the series, and then the Rangers Florida series. I completely agree with Mr. Tron on this. I mean, it is going to be an up and down series. This is not a typical Eastern Conference battle. And if you want to talk about depth, well, Florida certainly has depth. The Rangers can match, but I think Florida is just a little bit stronger than the Rangers. But again, I agree with the fact that the Rangers have been undervalued. In fact, I've had them number one in my power rankings for most of the last month or so, and it's incredible to me how they are kind of overlooked. And we're going to see this first game one against Florida, is going to be extremely important. This is not going to be a Bruins team that's going to, or not a Rangers team like the Bruins, who were kind of battered. And really, as it went on, it was a war of attrition, and Florida once again got the better of that deal.
All right, there you go from Dana Lane. Here's breakdown here, NHL playoffs. And of course, for the show, Braves minus 132. All right, Dana, let's take a look over at Pick Document for nice action. The baseball still on the board. Singles, NBA, NHL, WNBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, early games. I think all my games are off the board right now. There were early starts, but I do still have side in total in the Dallas, Minnesota game tonight. And of course, get on board with an all-access pass that gives you every one of my plays from the NHL, NBA, Major League Baseball. Even if you get the annual pass, you get all of football. That's coming up, and this is an important time right now to build your bankroll for the football season. You don't want the Hall of Fame game kicking off and you all of a sudden worried about getting a bankroll. This is the time of year to jump on board with one of your favorite handicappers and start building that bankroll so you are ready and set to go the first week of August.
That's right. Don't forget, this is a playoff year in college football, expanding here. So there's a lot of excitement. Oh my goodness, what it's going to be like this near Christmas. Interesting year this year. Lots of excitement. All right, Dana, continue the success. Of course, we can catch your video series as well against the public.
Yeah, against the public, we've kind of rearranged the schedule a little bit. We're going to have it up very early now, about 6:30 Eastern time, or 6:30 Pacific time, 9:30 Eastern time. So look for that, and we'll give you mostly three plays every single day, usually a Major League Baseball this time of year, but it's a very valuable resource once we get into college football, because we absolutely smoke college in the NFL last year. So I'm counting the days down till football starts.
That's right. Getting excited there. All right, Dan, have a great rest of the week. We'll catch up with you next week.
All right, Tony. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
As well. Dana Lane here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the show, guys. We already closed the chat pick of the day. You guys were on the on the Rangers. That's a chat pick of the day. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Up next, Rod Zawacky. He's been very good to us here on the drive-through with his picks as well as his bonus selection. Catch him over at Pick Dodge. Catch his video series as he goes A to Z in the NHL with a pick on every game on the board. It will be singles now as we get into this time of the year. Oh, Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much, Tony. How's it going?
Dude.
How are you on this fine Wednesday?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight. This game will begin in a little bit here. White Sox and Blue Jays going head-to-head here. Blue Jays big favorites, 232, total of 8.
Yeah, and you look at this one, the White Sox got the Blue Jays yesterday, held them to no runs. But that's not surprising the way both of these offenses definitely have not been hitting the greatest. Who's getting the start here for the White Sox? Nick Nasrini is getting the start. He's made a couple starts back in April for the Pale Hosts. He had one good start, I would say, against Kansas City. And then he got worked by the Phillies in the second start in that. So I expect him to have a better start here, especially going against this Jays lineup. That the Jays offense definitely not hitting. Only hitting 226, with which only equates to about 3.8 runs per 9 innings are these Jays. On the other side of the mound, Chris Bassett gets the start for the Jays, and he hasn't had. He admitted himself he hasn't had the greatest season so far. That he's definitely looking for some improvement. And we've seen it over his last few. Definitely improvement from the 5 ERA that he was producing down to about a 4. And I think has an even better start here at home, especially against the Pale Hose, who are only hitting 214, which equates to about 2.9 runs per 9 innings. So I'm going to go with the under. This opened at 8.5. I got 8.5. It's down to 8. I still like the 8, which means you still need 9 runs to beat us here. Jays 8-2 in the last 10 to the under. White Sox 7-3 to the under the last 10. Head-to-head, 7-3 to the last 10 to the under. Maybe under 8 here in this one tonight.
Under 8 from Rod. We'll talk more about this game in a second. We're hitting the witching hour, Rod. Let everybody know what's going on over at Pick Dodge. Baseball on the board. Singles from WNBA, NHL, and NBA as well.
And I got a couple plays over at Pick Dodge Premium. I've got my NBA drop a dime play. We've been at 56% over the last 90 days in the NBA, so definitely scoop that up. Nice winner over there. And then I got my $19 MLB bookie bomb. You can scoop that up singly as well. No packages, just 2 plays going. I had one earlier play that we dropped. I had the Detroit Tigers and Scoobled me. So, hey, it kind of happens sometimes. Detroit's one of those teams this year. So I figured this was a spot to avoid the sweep, and no. they did not get her done in that one. So.
All right, there. Get on board with Rod. Long-term pass, the way to go. Pick is a promo code. Save that 15% off. Yeah, the White Sox, this is the team here that's really had their struggles hitting on the road. My goodness, it's 210, put up 2.7 runs per game. And of course, the Blue Jays as well. There's even talk about trading. Are we going to trade Vlad? Are we going to trade Bichette? There's a lot of a lot of stress in Toronto right now. And it's not on the ice. It's finally not on the ice.
It's both. It's not just the ice. It's the pressure for the baseball team to perform. And now we're going to get a WNBA team, and now they're going to have the pressure to perform. And we already got the Raptors, who are we know what they've been. Woo! So it's tough to be a Toronto fan right now in many cases, but can't get any worse than what it's been. It's got to go up, right?
That's
But
right.
you got to score, and we know they're not scoring, so we're fine with no scores in this one.
That's
the
right.
under 8 to put that cash into our pocket.
That's right. Get that cash in your pocket with an under 8. We'll see there with the White Sox, who've been just dreadful offensive team here. We'll see. Interesting here how this one works out tonight. But of course, Rod, we do have WNBA here on the board tonight, so we'll get your thoughts on this one. It's the late one, Fever and Storm. Can that fever keeps getting higher and higher? We're seeing here the Storm here laying 5.5.
Yeah, and Fever is getting higher. Watch out. They're starting to play some hoops as well. The Fever got the cover against the Sun last time out. Fever's desperately trying to get their first win here. You know what? I think they get it. The Storm team isn't the greatest, and I wouldn't want to be laying -5.5 with the Storm team that isn't so good. The Fever have definitely been the better team head-to-head. I like the Fever outright.
Yes.
Indiana gets their first win here, and let's take the 5.5 if you want to be a little much safer. But I think the Fever got a great shot to win this one outright tonight. Caitlin Clark and company coming to town. into Seattle and get their first win.
All right, going to hit their fever there. Of course, the schedule get a little easier now after that tough slate. Well, they had a tough schedule to start the WNBA. It didn't really show, but they were showing some improvement there. And of course,
and exactly, and they look good against the Sun. So,
yeah. And the Mercury, right? No one said it could happen. That the fade the ace continues. The fade the ace streak.
And fade the ace, like we said. Mercury came in there and they didn't get the win, but hey, they got the cover for us. Well, yeah, that was a crazy spread. It was just way too many points.
The Sparks finally got a win yesterday.
And the Sparks finally got a win, yeah,
so,
definitely. As we've seen a great despair in this early on this season.
That's why I'm a little nervous about That's why I'm a little nervous about expansion. I don't want to see watering down,
right? And then water it down even more. We've already got some teams that are like
Toronto.
Question mark. So, ooh. They got to be able to take some veterans from all the other teams, be able to take a piece, and then. Then you strip all these other teams, and then you have a bunch of watered down teams. Ooh.
Yeah, that's the part there. That's the scary part there. That's a scary one. All right, Rod, we got your bonus on the WNBA. Any other bonus tonight?
Bonus? Well, you know who I like? I like the Rangers. Rangers in 6, right? So you know what? I'm going to go with another winner in 6, and this is these Edmonton Oilers. I count out these Oilers against the Stars. Sure, the Stars have had they did a great job against Colorado, but I kind of figured they would do against Colorado. I actually thought the Jets were going to take out Colorado, but they laid an egg defensively. But you look at this series between Dallas and Edmonton, and it's pretty close. Sure, I will give the goalie edge to the Dallas Stars with Odger in goal. Definitely, you got to give the edge in goal there. But offensively, you can't count out the Oilers. The Oilers have 3 20-goal men. That's never happened in the NHL where they've had 20 points. We had Leon Draisaitl's got 24 points in the NHL playoffs. We got Connor McDavid, who's got 21 points this NHL playoffs. We also got Evan Bouchard, who's got 20 points this NHL playoffs. That's the first time in the history of the NHL that a team has 3 guys with 20-plus points after just the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. Guess what? Does everybody forget what Odger did at about the middle part of the season? He laid an egg. He was awful. He stunk. Remember how bad he was? I remember how bad he was. He had to put Wedgwood in. He got hurt, and then he had to have Wedgwood for like 12 games, and he wasn't good. And Dallas didn't look good. The weakness here for Dallas is their penalty kill. Their penalty kill is over the last 10 games. It improved a little bit against the Avs, but before that against Vegas, they love to give up power play goals. And guess what the Oilers love to do? They love to score power play goals. You look at the Oilers in the last 10 games, well, guess what? They've only given up 3 power play goals. Big difference on special teams. You put the Oilers on the power play, and Dallas is going to be in for a long night. Guess what? I like the Oilers in 6. The bookmakers have it. The cheapest price of the series so far, when you look at it, Edmonton in 6 is at a plus 450. You look at it, Game 7, they got it at a plus 500. They even got Dallas at a plus 500 in 7 games. Give me the Oilers in 6.
Oilers
punch their ticket to the Stanley Cup. Rangers Oilers Stanley Cup final.
There we go. Rangers Oilers Stanley Cup. Well, it should be an exciting one. I would like to see that. That'd be nice. And of course,
should be a good one. I'm excited. We're going to get a couple great series going forward with one that starts tonight. So I love it.
That's right. Blue Jays White Sox under 8 is Rod's pick. Let everybody know, Rod, about your video series. Of course, off tomorrow on the drive-through. We'll be back on Steak Friday. Of course, we're all looking forward to that Game 1 pick. They're going to have to get it on your video series.
Yeah, definitely. That video will be dropped momentarily, so definitely make sure that you've subscribed and liked, and you hit that notification bell, and you get notified when those videos drop. Tonight's is archived. Definitely go check it out, and tomorrow's will be dropped. Like I said, within a couple hours, it will be dropped. So definitely don't miss out on that. My Game 1 pick.
Game 1 pick from Rod. Like, subscribe, set notifications. When Rod drops those videos, get them right away. All right, Rod, have yourself a great night. Enjoy Thursday. We'll catch up with you on Steak Friday.
Definitely have yourself a good one, everybody. Good luck, Big Dogs fan, with your bets. I gotta take down this fish. He's starting to rot over here.
Oh, that's
he
right.
He didn't make it and survive, so I got to get this thing down. He's going to start to rot.
That's right. Yeah, get it out of there, Rod. All right, Rod Zawacky here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on, guys. We'll get to my pick in a little bit. Let's get to the recap here. We'll recap the plays from today's show. All right, we started off here with Chris on the Yankees run line, lay the run and a half, plus 120 against the Mavericks. Mitch on the Mavericks here, plus 4.5. Big Al McMordie likes the Athletics. Matt was on the Padres tonight. It's 1-1 in action right now with a runner on second here in the top of the second inning. Looks like they will get out of it. So we'll get to the bottom of the second here. 1-1. Wayne on the Rays, minus 134. Joey was on Joey Tron. Rangers Panthers over 5.5. Dana on the Braves, minus 132. Under 8. Blue Jays White Sox here. I'll be over 8 here. Is that still over 8 in that Dodger game with that pitching change? It's still over. It's still 8. Okay, it's still 8 there. We got, well, I don't want to say pitching change. We know who the primary pitcher is in that Dodger Diamondback game. Over 8. Which one do I like the most there? Oh, boy, that's a good question. I think the Chris's pick there. I like the run line there with the Yanks tonight, plus 128. All right, let's get to the Dodger game, the one I'm looking at here tonight. We'll get to my game. It's not going to be this one, obviously, so let's go ahead and move the chains. If you would, we're going to be looking at this Dodger and Diamondback game tonight here. And we'll get to the pick here. It will, obviously, you guys know that I like the over in this game. And I like it. I like it because primarily we got a bullpen game for Arizona. We're going to see Ryan Nelson in there. And, boy, Ryan Nelson has just been pretty dreadful this year. Even in the last year, it wasn't very good. When we look at Arizona, though, Arizona's been doing a good job hitting against the division. 275, putting up 5.5 runs a game. We've seen the LA Dodgers here putting up 5.5 runs, going over an 18 of 27 at home. The D-backs ERA approaching 5 on the road. And they've been 19-7 to the over when they've been a road dog of plus 150 or higher the last 2 seasons. And these low totals here of 7 to 8.5, the Dodgers have gone over in 16 of 20 at home when this total's been between 7 and 8.5. It's at 8 now, so we'll go over 8 here with Diamondbacks and the Dodgers. All right, guys, check out Pick Doctor. We got a best bet on the board right now from the NBA, also single player from Major League Baseball. Remember my long-term pass, my 3, 7, or 30 All Sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period. Just select when you go to my handicapper page. Make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotions available as well. All right, we already got the chat pick. You guys know it was over early at 6:40. It was the Rangers here. Let's go with your show picks. You guys get those show picks in the chat, and we will read them off here for you here. Let's see what we've got here. Jack Cartel by decision by Eric Moss with play there for his show pick today. What else do we have coming in right now? Yankees run line first 5 innings here. Blake even going to lay the run and a half first 5 innings. That's even better there. A bigger payoff there from Blake here with the run line minus 1.5. Alternate run line there with the Yankees first 5. Show pick. April likes the Braves with Dana. Mavs T-Wolves under from Sean Murray tonight. What else do we have here? Looking for your show picks right now, guys. Braves first 5 and money line from Fred Ward. Mills with lots of picks up there tonight. That's Max Fried. Over 4.5 strikeouts. That's from Mills. Check them out there in the chat. Rangers to hoist the cup plus 360 by Rory Cape. Cubs win by David Tyree. Marlins money line Will Horton. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, he goes, Rory Cape said it's hitting weather in Philadelphia. Yeah, it is. It's very warm. Remember, East Coast, Midwest, very warm. We're seeing temperatures in the 80s tonight. Shane Morrow, first 5, Red Sox money line plus 120. He'll take it. Let's see what else we have here. All right, guys, we are getting to the point now where looks like we've got all the plays in here again. All right, this is your last call for your show pick before we let you go here. We've got Chris White Thunder in here with Dodger team total over 5.5 plus 110. I like that a lot, especially when you see Ryan Nelson going to be the primary pitcher tonight. Sean Murray like Mavs T-Wolves under 207. I think I said that earlier. Let's see that we got them all in. All picks in. All right, that's going to do it, guys. That'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live. We'll do it all over again at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember, it always gets started with the morning show live here at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch, Chris, and Jay. Also, the video series, Mitch's 7 Picks in 5 Minutes. His Betting Tools Show is roundtable discussion with the professionals. Jay's Jam Session NBA. Chris around the link from the NHL. And also Rod Zawacky with his NHL rundown, A to Z coverage from the NHL throughout the playoffs. Big Guy McMordie All Access against the public with Dana Lane. Rod's MLB rundown as well. Short series by Brad and Javon and more, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications, get those videos when they drop. All right, that's going to do it here for the show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew here from tonight. Going to wait goodbye to guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening.